Hi collective, how are you guys today? This is going to be your reading for the next 3 days. I apologize if the lighting is so bad, but I want to get this done, so let's do it. That could be significant, showing up just as you are, not fixating on things being so perfect. This is for the next 3 days. What does collective need to know? What does collective need to hear right now, Spirit? Thank you. The Tower, you could be having a tower moment over this next 3 days. A crumbling in the foundation of one or more areas of your life. This could be some people falling off, some relationships that kind of have been hanging on by a thread that are finally kind of coming to a close. It's going to feel very sudden, but I think you'll know that like this has been a sort of gradual thing that has been kind of unfolding. What I'm also getting with like all of this like yellow and lightning energies, you might have sort of like get struck with this idea of something, like just this new idea, maybe an invention, maybe just if you do artwork, maybe just something will just hit you that feels very profound and aligned for you that may cause a tower moment later on as well. My candle was kind of flickering when I said that. Five of Swords. Yeah, I'm really getting the significant energy that there's going to be a lot of distance created between you and other people, and so this is so that you can deepen that connection with yourself. And you could have been literally pleading to God to like not let these connections fall off because of how close to your heart space they are. But I'm drawn to the red handle. They're affecting your root chakra. They're affecting your sense of stability. And again, I'm kind of drawn to this tower moment, this crumbling of your foundation. You could be feeling very unstable right now. The candle is flickering again, and it could be because I'm also drawn to the fact that I'm wearing red. It could be because these people that you keep trying to desperately hold on to and take into this new chapter are greatly affecting the way that you're able to show up. You're not able to step into your divinity because you're so concerned with trying to either bring them up to where you're at or where you want to be, or trying to let them see the light in themselves. But that quote, you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make them drink, is just so real and profound, because you can try to guide people in the direction that you feel like they should be going. But one, it's kind of operating from a space of ego when you try to take control of another person's existence or the way that they're supposed to live their life. That's not for you to do. No one should have did that for you. But think back to the times in your adolescence. That's why adolescence is so hard on parents, because when you try to superimpose what you want on someone that is really like getting close to that full development of their brain, but they're really trying to figure out their identity, they're going to bucket you, because that's not what's most beneficial. The best thing you can do is guide them. But when it's like 17, 18, 19, they're not in that space of wanting to, it feels like control. And this is particularly true when you're around other adults and you have that person in your life that comes to you with the same kind of problem, and you'll give them advice and they don't take it, and you take it on as if it's your situation and you get frustrated with them, but they're just doing what they have the right to do, which is not listen to you. And so it's time kind of for you to step out of this ego space of wanting. It's very sweet. It comes from a very heart-led space, but it comes from a very ego-led space as well. Because there's a part of you that's trying to save a version of you that you see in them that you couldn't save. And we got the Five of Pentacles. It's very like decision sort of energy. And again with the yellow and again with the red. I mean, you're always going to have a choice. You're going to have a choice to either stay in the same energy that you've been in or open the gates to step into this new energy that you have been waiting quite some time for. It's easy to talk the talk. It's honestly when you get to that pivotal moment where you know this is the choice that's going to change my entire life, that's when things really get difficult. The waiting period is not easy. I don't want to negate that. But when you get to that space where it's like what you've been manifesting, what you've been wanting is right there in front of your face, and now is your time to really step into that energy and to answer the call, that is when I feel like it's just like when I thought about it and I was doubting, it was one thing, but now that it's here, like I have that choice to answer the call. And so there with this decision, like you always have a choice on whether you want to continue to hold on to them or not, but just know that if you continue to hold on to them, you continue to kind of sign this contract that the life that you've been having and the life that you've had is the life that you want to continue to carry on with, because you know, new levels, new environments come with new people, but a lot of the time you cannot bring the same old habits, the same old beliefs, the same people that have not necessarily been aligned with you into a new chapter when you're getting into this new space that you want to get into. I got the High Priestess in reverse. And what I'm getting with this card is that, like, there's a part of you that is still, you know who you are. You know who you have a deep feeling of just how powerful you are. And this is not to say that you don't have moments of, like, doubt or insecurity. But I feel like sometimes when you lean into this energy, you'll try to catch yourself from leaning in it too much because you're afraid of your own power. It's kind of calls me back to what I said with the other reading the other day. You've always been so different, and this High Priestess energy, this divinity, and these intuitive gifts that you come with really set you apart from the environment that you're in. And so you feel like if you step into this more, it's going to isolate you even more. But isolation is what's necessary for growth. I'm drawn to like a tree. It's because you have to plant your own roots. They can't be entangled with the person that's planted right next to you. Then as long as you grow, your roots are going to forever be intertwined and reliant on the person that's been planted right next to you. It's important for you to be pulled up right now and planted in a field by yourself, so that your roots can go and extend and be planted and nourished in the way that they need to be nourished, without the nourishment being compromised by you being attached to somebody in this sort of way that you may have been for quite some time. And we also got the Four of Wands. Expect to feel a little cut off, to feel a little bit isolated. Ride with the energy, don't fight it. Let it flow, don't fight it. If you're feeling those feelings and they come up, allow them to flow, do not fight them. I'm going to pull 2 oracle cards to close out this reading today. Oh, right off the bat. Perhaps you are reminded all too often just how quickly phases in your life can shift. One change after another, you are learning to adapt and grow. Be kind and gentle to yourself. Yeah, there could be multiple things that have been coming up, and you holding on to this person could be you trying to hold on or trying to find some level of stability and control, because there's so many big changes that are happening to you right now. This could be a move, this could be career, this could be a new potential love coming in your life, and it feels like a lot of things are ripping you up from that old foundation, from those old roots, and you could feel like you are out of control, but you are the most in control, because this is the future that you asked for. This is what you manifested. It just may not be coming in the way that you thought it was going to, or the way that you thought or expect for it to feel, but it never does, right? It comes in the way that we need it, not the way that we want it. And it ends up turning into the most beautiful thing that we never know we never even knew that we needed. Learn to ride the waves of life. When faced with difficult times, you can either fight against the current or go with it. So ask yourself, what is to be gained by depleting your energy? Fighting against it, don't do that to yourself. Yeah. And think about how much you have to gain by holding on to an old life. Is there anything that you have to gain by holding on to that old life, to that old identity? If these are people that really care about you and love you, the same thing that I was talking about, acceptance with them, they're going to accept you and love you in whatever version that you're in. That is what love truly is in its purest form. It is a certain level of detachment. It is all encompassing with acceptance. So if these people really do love you and care for you, whatever you choose to do for your life that is going to make you happy, even if they don't agree with it, they should find it within themselves to support you. And if they don't, that is not a pure form of love. It does not matter who it is. I send you guys off with all the love in the world. You are accepted and loved and cared for here. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.